And now, the general weather around Alaska.
Looking at today's river breakup map here for the 31st of May. Sagwan River showing some mostly open areas here, with some open all the way out to the coastline, and now the Colville River as well, showing some open water areas there all the way out to the Arctic coast there. And so it looks like another breakup season about to come to an end here for Alaska. And on the fire danger chart here for grass, forecast for tomorrow, June 1st, very high fire danger for grass in the upper Yukon Valley, down into the portions of the Tanana Valley, and then on to the east there, and then just some green medium high fire danger here off to the west, and some of that down into areas of south central Alaska. And from there, looking at satellite imagery, we've got a pretty good low pressure area here over the central southern Gulf of Alaska, pushing up front with some heavy rain into the Panhandle. Heaviest rain over the southern areas, but that's spreading northward throughout the day. And also back to the west here, right into Kodiak Island, some light rain getting up into the southern Cook Inlet area around Seldovia there, with clouds thickening and lowering here over Prince William Sound and northern Cook Inlet. But some clearing here early on in the central interior gave way to showers developing, putting this through again. Got showers and thunderstorms developing over the eastern interior there, and those drifting toward Fairbanks, and that bringing winds anywhere from 30 to 40 miles an hour. Places like Eielson Air Force Base and Fort Wainwright, as well as Fairbanks International Airport, had gusts to about 35 miles an hour here in the last hour. Otherwise, out to the west, cloudiness with another weakening system at frontal boundary there, bringing some light rain, very light rain into the eastern Aleutians. Definitely for the Pribilof Islands, a little bit more general area of rain there. And back to the west, main low center there with some gusty winds and rain out over the western Aleutians. On the chart today, Fairbanks picked up over an inch of rain in the 12-hour period ending at mid-afternoon today, while Ketchikan had over an inch and a half of precipitation, with the front pushing in and that rain area slowly shifting northward and just barely grazing the North Gulf Coast here. Middleton Island seeing rain, but pretty much rain-free Cordova into Prince William Sound. And southern Kenai Peninsula getting grazed with some light rain there, as I mentioned, into around the Seldovia area. And then this front bringing about half an inch of rain in toward Chignik earlier on, or for the western Alaska Peninsula here. Not a half inch, but light amounts here. A little bit heavier there for the Pribilof Islands. Otherwise, developing showers again in the interior, drifting westward, and thunderstorms also. In some of those showers developed into thunderstorms, and the gusty winds shifting eastward throughout the early evening tonight, and then they'll dissipate out. Low pressure over the western Aleutians pulls eastward, keeps it cloudy with showers out over the Bering Sea and Aleutians tonight, with the front hung up over the Alaska Peninsula. Periods of light rain there back up toward the Pribilof Islands. Otherwise, showers ending, especially toward morning, pretty much over here in the interior. Now looking at some scattered rain and snow showers for the Brooks Range out to the Arctic coast there across the North Slope. Front weakening here will spread some moisture. Should see some rain come into Prince William Sound this evening, westward in toward Passes Canal, Whittier, maybe Portage, and just grazing the southern Kenai Peninsula there, possibly some moisture spilling into the Resurrection Bay area. Diminishing rain for Kodiak Island, but staying rather wet throughout the night tonight. Rain changing to showers for the southeast coast as that front weakens and pulls off to the east, with the main low center remaining off the coast, and that develops another front which swings northeastward tomorrow, increasing the rain chances once again in the afternoon along the coast after drying out over the inside water areas. Some leftover moisture will produce some light rain there in Prince William Sound, possibly up into the Talkeetnas for some afternoon showers, and some of those could make it westward into the Chugach Mountains there, east of Anchorage. And generally a cloudy day for the Kenai Peninsula, and then some more light rain. Light rain continues, or the chance of light rain continues here for the Alaska Peninsula. And again, this front trying to lift north of the Pribilof Islands there for a little bit better conditions tomorrow, but the low center out over the Bering Sea, really not all that strong, and that allows it to clear out here over the Aleutians, or at least dry out with maybe some clearing there in some areas with fairly light winds. On the other hand, gradient tightening up here, a little bit chillier air pushes down from the north for a chance of showers. Actually, could be snow showers here in the Brooks Range and North Slope areas, but nothing heavy, nothing very widespread. But could see those gusty northeast winds up to 40 miles an hour through the passes of the Brooks Range here. Same thing here from the northwest coast through the Bering Strait. And then that wind increases, probably seeing 40 mile an hour gusts, Tin City, for example, 30 miles an hour for St. Lawrence Island area. And then still pretty gusty on the winds through the passes of the Brooks Range with mixed precipitation for the north slope to the eastern Arctic coast. Low pressure, thermal low over the interior. Look for highs well into the 70s. In fact, mid to upper 70s here forecast for the Yukon Flats, 70s, Tanana Valley, 40-mile country. And a partly to mostly sunny day, hopefully, here for south central Alaska, maybe the Copper River Basin as well, but dry for the North Gulf Coast. Starting to dry out for the Kodiak Island area. Pretty quiet out over the Bering Sea here with just some scattered shower activity and winds on the light side. Showers for the Panhandle with a persistent trough hanging over the central southeast coast. And for the lows down that way tonight, 45 to 50. Otherwise in the 40s here across much of interior Alaska, but ranging from 39 at Gulkana and Talkeetna to 50 around Fairbanks for the overnight low. Much chillier up over the North Slope and Brooks Range, or North Slope from the Brooks Range to the Arctic coast with lows in the 20s, 30s here for the Bering Sea and the Aleutians. Highs for tomorrow, 40s for the Aleutian chain, and lower to mid 70s central eastern interior, cooling into the 50s out toward the Bering Sea, and 30 to 40 for the North Slope, lower 30s for the Arctic coast. Upper 50s, lower 60s again, south central Alaska, Copper River Basin in the 50s for the Panhandle, and highs mostly in the 40s for the southeast coast. Not bad here over the interior, again, 40s to near 50, 20s for the Arctic coast, and 35 to 40 for the Aleutians. Highs for Sunday afternoon, Yukon Flats area, Fort Yukon, Chukchinsik, upper 70s to maybe near 80 possibly. Otherwise, lower 70s down toward Fairbanks. Well into the 60s now for south central Alaska and the Copper River Basin, and lower 50s Kodiak, 50s to lower 60s for the southeast coast.